All right, everybody, how we doing? Welcome back to yet another episode of Coffee and Creators. Look, we've been able to do this thing for a couple weeks in a row now. I've been having a blast doing this, bringing some really big creators on, and today we got nothing less than the best. So we've been doing kind of a little mini series on the Coffees and Creators of all of the people from the Gen X Takeover gang that we've got going up to Nashville here in a couple weeks, and of course I don't know what other way to end it with a group than with the king himself. I mean, you guys know him. You guys have seen him. You guys have loved him. He's been all over the world doing all kinds of stuff from WWE to reality TV shows to even his own stand up, which I tell you what, the other three of us, we ain't got that yet. So I am more than honored to bring my guest onto the stage today. You guys know him as Mr. Professor, but he also goes by Mr. Nick Harrison. Let's bring him out on the stage. Oh, here he comes, y'all. What's up, Nick?
John DBB.
Yes, my boy.
My boy. How are you, sir? I like it.
I found that just for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, my friend. How are you?
Pretty good, man. How you been? Let's make you bigger. Let's see if we can. Oh, look at that.
You know how I feel about the moon pie face, man. Like we did this the other day, and it was like what's writing the screen. But it is a joy and honor and a privilege to be here, to be the anchor of the relay team that came through for Coffee and Creators, and I'm excited to be here, man. I'm looking forward to it. Let's do this.
Look. First, we got to start off. Okay, we know that you are like a big time celebrity now. I mean, you are.
You know, I hate that. Don't do that. No,
you're the big guy. You're the big guy.
I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. I hadn't even taken the tag off this mic yet. It's stupid. Yeah, but no, dude. I'm just.
You've been doing this. You've been doing the stuff that we all want to do, and we just ain't got there yet, right? You've been doing the fun stuff, but the big question for me is, I know your background. But how the heck did you get started doing this? I mean, tell me the story. Everybody's got a story. So you got to tell me the story. Take me back to the birth of the whole Mr. Professor.
Oh, the story.
The story.
The lore. 4 years ago. Your professor it was the pandemic. Well, really, if we're going to talk about the origin story, we're going to go back. You know, I know how to tell a long story. Make a short story long, as we like to say. But I'll try to make it as short as possible. Years ago, I got on, I was doing like Dub Smash and all this stuff where, I don't know if anybody remembers Dub Smash, the lip syncing app where you would take all these like quotes and music and stuff. And I was recording those and posting them on Twitter at the time and Facebook and just doing silly stuff. And it went from there to Periscope. And Periscope was the live streaming app where I would just do like skits live on Periscope, got a following there. Then TikTok came around during the pandemic. I was doing enrichment for the children of frontline workers and doctors and nurses and all this stuff. And one of my coworkers told me I should get on TikTok. I was like, no, because there's little kids on there and I'm gonna get thrown in jail. And they're like, no. There's some good stuff on there. You'll find your niche. And I was like, okay, cool. So I did it, and videos started blowing up. Started doing comedy stuff, and I started doing wrestling entrances, and I started headbanging in my car, and that's when everything really started to explode. Then I put the ABCs to Coming Undone by Korn, and that blew up. And then videos just started doing pop, 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 pop. And the next thing you know, I hit 1 million. And then now I'm 4 years deep, and I'm 2 million on TikTok and 1 million on Instagram, and it's just stupid. So that's the shortest I've ever told that story, and that was just for you.
But you could tell me the whole story. But you used to be a teacher, right?
Yes.
What did you teach?
Well, I taught at Grambling State University. I taught college, which is how I got the nickname the Professor, because I was in radio at the time, and they were like, "We want to call you the Professor because you teach college." I was like, "Okay, cool." But I'm not a professor. I'm an instructor. They're like, "We don't care. You're the professor." I said, "Great." I taught at Grambling State University for 7 years. I taught speech and theater. Then I left there to teach elementary school, and I went to teach ELA, which is English Language Arts. Did that for 6 or 7 years. Then went into administration for a year, and After about a year in administration, I was like, I retire. I'm done. I've got 15 years in the game. I'll early retire. I'll go be with the love of my life and start this social media journey. And yeah, so I taught English, I taught speech, I taught acting because I was a theater major for a year, or theater teacher for years, and I got 2 degrees in theater. So that's probably why the social media thing worked out so well, because I know how to act. Acting.
Now, of the 4 of us, of the 4 out of the Gen X creator, Gen X gang, if you will,
I'm the black one. That's
true.
Yes. Out of the 4 of us, I'm the black one. That is absolutely correct. Thank you.
We're gonna go there.
Thank you. Why would you even talk about that? Why are you pointing that out?
No, I was gonna say that your personality is so much more bubbly than all of ours. I mean, we are we are like,
dude, Kelly's the cheerleader. How's that possible?
Sarcastic and sharp and like a little cynical and all this stuff, but you have a completely different like persona than all of us. Is there a reason for that? I just want to know, because we're all Gen Xers, but
yeah,
are you different in the Gen X spectrum than the rest of us?
See, I know where you're leaning towards, and that's totally fine. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm not saying nothing. No, I'm giving you the opportunity to answer the question.
Sure, I'm the youngest of the Gen X takeover crew. I was born in 1980.
No, you're not.
So I am the youngest, even though my beard is just about as gray as yours. Yes, I am the youngest at 44 years young, apparently. So yes.
So that's what makes you happier?
No, not at all.
See, because I never brought up the age thing. You did. I just want to point that out for the record.
That's where you were.
I never brought the age thing up.
Come on.
I asked why you were bubbly. I asked why you were bubbly.
So, so what makes me happy is honestly God. Like, I am a believer. Nice. I'm very firm in my belief in God and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and the way I look at life is, it could be worse. Like, everybody wants to look at the bad things in life. They want to look at the negative things and say, I don't have a bunch of money in my bank account, and I don't have a bunch of this, I don't have a bunch of that, and it's not about that, man. Like, you're standing 10 toes down on this earth, and you are, you're alive, you're here. So while you're here, make the most of what you're doing and what you got. And that's what I've been able to do. And I've been so blessed to meet people like you and Sherry and Kelly and so many people in the social media landscape, and my dear wife, Lisa. And just, it's hard to be depressed or sad, for me anyway. It's okay to not be okay. If you're not okay, that is totally fine. It is okay to not be okay. And I have my moments too, but it's hard for me to be down when, I've been so blessed and highly favored in all the things that I've been able to do. So and music, of course, music, the people in the comments, you're correct. You're 100% correct. Music makes me happy every single day. So there you go. That's a big part of it.
And you know what? It comes out in your content. I'm be honest with you. You have the happiest content out of anybody that I know in our age group. I will be honest. I mean, I'm sarcastic as I'll get out. I'm sitting here cracking on people doing the stuff that we would never do and talking about the ways that it uses. But your stuff is just like so damn positive. It's like it's just you're a damn Care Bear. That's what you are. You're the Gen X. I'm gonna rename you the Gen X Care Bear.
The Gen X Care Bear. Put that on a shirt.
Put that on a shirt. Put that on a shirt. The Gen X
with a little rock hand on my stomach, and I'm like, Care Bear stare. Yes, I love it.
I love it. Now the question is, all right, take yourself back to your 20-year-old self. Take yourself back to your 20, just for a minute. Okay. Did your 20-year-old self have any idea that you'd be doing stuff like this at 44?
Stuff like this, no. 20-year-old me had stars in his eyes. Like I said, I did theater in college, and I was in like plays, and I was acting and stuff, and people would ask me to be in commercials, and I was doing radio and all of these things, and like people would be, I'd be in line at the movies and ordering a bucket of popcorn, and somebody like, hey man, I recognize your voice. You that guy from ESPN? I'm like, yes, I am. Thank you for recognizing. Yeah, I was on ESPN radio for years. Yeah, man.
Really?
There's an ESPN affiliate in North Louisiana that I was on for about a decade, for a long time. Had my own show for a while, did some producing. When I moved here to South Louisiana, they immediately picked me up, and I was there for about a year or two on ESPN Radio here in New Orleans, and just finished doing that in January. So yeah, and that's like doing all that stuff. Always had, because I would do the parodies on there. I did a lot of sports parodies and that, you know, for music and all that stuff. And now I'm doing the ABCs, but we'll talk about that later. But you know, like you know, I did all this, the same stuff that I do here, I did there. Like I did all these skits and parodies and the funny stuff, but I also had, you know, serious things when I talked about, you know, sports and all that, and did the acting and did commercials and was in like extras in movies and all these things. And so I had stars in my eyes and the stuff that I wanted to do, but I never imagined that it would be like here, or, you know, the stuff that I've done over the past 4 years and the things I've been able to participate in. I never dreamed in a million years that it'd be like that. So I'm just, it's all just really cool.
And all because of your phone. That's the crazy part.
Yep, pretty much. Like I was at the store the other day, my phone fell out of my pocket. I was like, "Oh Lord, I can't lose that." Nope.
It's crazy if you think back all the way to when the cell phone started, and we're like, "Yeah, that thing useless. I'm never gonna get one of those. I'll never need one of those
ever." I was like,
now
whatever.
We got this. Yeah. Now I make more money on my phone than I do doing anything else in my life. That's just crazy.
Yeah, this. I was like, no, this ain't gonna work for me. But now we have what we have, and it's like, oh my God, yes,
can't live without it.
For real, absolutely.
Can't live without it. Can't live without it.
So
what have you done? So let's break it down. Walk me through. You got started on TikTok.
Yes.
Was the reality TV show part of that journey, or was that already in the works when the TikTok blew up?
Well, that was part of the journey. So you know, TikTok started for me in 2020 during the pandemic when I was at home and didn't have anything to do. I moved here 2 years ago. I'm working for ESPN Radio, leaving my show to go to somebody else's show. And I get a phone call while I'm walking into the restaurant they're doing the remote from. And they're like, "Hey, so we really enjoy the stuff you do online. How would you like to be on television?" And I was like, "Are you pranking me? Like, where's Ashton? Am I on Punk? Is this a lie?" It's like, "No, we really like your stuff. We want you to apply online and go through the process and do all the things. But we love the energy that you bring in what you do." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I apply. I talked to my wife first because it was going to take me like being away from the house for a while. Yeah. So I apply and go through the interview processes. There's a bunch of Zooms, a few Skypes, all these different things. And, you know, then we get down to the nitty gritty. And when it came down to picking the people that they wanted to be on the show, I was the first call. And they were like, "Yeah, we want you to, so you need to get your passport. You're flying to England." It's like, wait a minute.
Oh, it was England.
Oh, yeah. That's what. So they didn't talk about it during the filming, and we couldn't talk about it like on social media. Like I couldn't even let people know while I was still doing my videos and stuff like that. But I was just randomly in England, and like people were like, "Why are you in England? Like, what are you doing there?" It's like, I can't talk about it, but I'm in England and I'm doing stuff. So boom. And then once we got back stateside, I could actually talk about it, but I couldn't say that that's why I was in England because they didn't want it to, get out that it was being filmed in England because it still had an American vibe, even though there was a bunch of like English people on the show. Yeah. Like, we don't want people to know that we're filming in England, even though the news broke while we were filming in England that we were filming in England. So they flew me out to Manchester and I filmed my episode and won my episode. It's called Hot Wheels Ultimate Challenge for those who don't know. It's on Peacock right now. I filmed my episode, won my episode, then went back. Then I had to wait afterwards because 3 of the 8 winners, because there were 10 episodes. 2 of them were season finale. So it's 8 episodes, 16 people. So 3 of the winners were going to be chosen for the finale. So I had to wait for the phone call after I won my episode. So I'm in England with my bags packed. Like if I get the call and say I didn't make it, I'm on a plane the next morning coming back home. But I ended up making it. I had to stay for about another 2 weeks to film those 2 episodes. So that was a month in Manchester, England, away from my family, but competing for a big cash prize. And again, national television and NBC, and the celebrity judge on the finale was Jay Leno. And getting to meet Jay Leno and hang out with Jay Leno for a couple of days in England. So going back to your previous question, no, 20-year-old Nick never thought that he was going to be in England hanging out with Jay freaking Leno. So life is crazy sometimes. So
that is amazing.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
It's wild, man. I'm off the air. I'm gonna have to tell you some of these jokes that Jay told us in the garage while he was there.
We got time.
He's a character.
He's a guy. Yeah. I can tell that he's a guy.
Oh, he's a guy. He's a dude. He's a straight up dude. But it was so much fun being around him. The first episode, my original episode that I filmed, the guest judge was a WWE wrestler that I really love. His name is Big E. And I got to meet him and hang out and talk to him for a little while, and we had a lot of stuff in common. And we still talk. You know, it's cool, man. Like this is doing that because of TikTok, because of the social media thing. It's crazy what it's called Hot Wheels Ultimate Challenge, and somebody was asking in the comments, and it's, you know, if you believe, like if you're doing this social media stuff and you really work hard at it and lean into it, then good things will happen, and that was a really good thing to happen.
Now, when you started the social media thing, did you think it was going to turn into this?
No. You kidding me?
I mean, did you plan on it, or did you see that there was possibilities? Because I mean, when I started, I was watching some folks like you. I was watching you because I was this baby at that time. Yeah. I mean, I'm 2 years behind you on the social media game.
Yeah,
and I'm seeing folks like you, and I'm like,
and you're lapping me. You're 2 years behind me, and you're lapping. You. Please, you're lapping me.
I stay at home. You are out here doing the world, bro. You are out here doing the world. I'm on my front porch leaning on a railing. All right, and I ain't left there yet. Me going to Nashville is gonna be the first time I left there.
But Nashville is gonna be the jumping off point for you, buddy, because because you about to do stuff.
I hope
people about to see just how great you are,
right.
And yeah,
we'll see.
About to do stuff.
We'll see.
We'll see. Things are
so
about to happen.
You just said something that piqued my interest right there. Wrestling. Do you like wrestling? I mean, do you like wrestling?
What do you think, John?
I don't know.
See these things. What do you think?
You got some gold stuff up on the dresser right there. Is that the wife's bracelets or something?
No. Those are championship belts. No, I did not win them. I have not wrestled anybody, but I mean, I bought them. I mean,
Would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
If they came to you today to be like WWE, like you got to get in the ring with, I don't know who the new guys are. I'll be honest with you, I don't know who the new guys are.
If they were like,
I saw Jelly Roll do it the other day. I was like, wow.
Jelly Roll like choke slammed the dude. It was great. Absolutely. But yes, I would absolutely get in the ring, man. Like if somebody called, like if WWE called, and they were like, "Hey, man, we want you to wrestle."
Jake Paul.
Like, sure, let's do it. Sign me up. Where's the contract? Sign me up. I have Mike Tyson in my corner? Please, let's do this.
Don't get me started on Mike Tyson. Don't get me started on Mike Tyson.
Gonna get Sherry in trouble again. Don't do it.
No, we're not going down that road. But I will tell you, I have adjusted a lot of things about my comedy bit to facilitate the request to have that in there. Y'all that are watching right now, probably some of you may know what we're talking about, but most of you probably don't know what we're talking about, and that's fine. If you got tickets to the Nashville show, you'll find out.
Go back and watch that last live stream with me and Sherry. You know, don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
So, yeah, man. I mean, you've had a hell. So you got the WWE openings. Is that happening part of the TikTok?
And that has. One of the first big thing that happened because I was on TikTok was being on WWE programming. I had been doing the wrestling entrances and stuff, and they had really taken off, and people were really enjoying them. And then WWE started following me, which they don't do with really anybody. Like they are, they got millions upon millions of followers on TikTok, and they don't really follow anybody. And they started following me. And that was mind blowing when you get that, because when you are already following somebody and they start following you, you get that message like, say hi to WWE. And I was like, what? Huh? What? So, mutual message. Right. So I get that message, and then I get the message, and then they messaged me, and they were like, hey, we really enjoy your content. They commented on a video that I did. They were like, really enjoy your content. Would you like to be on our morning show? Which at the time it was a morning show. It's called The Bump. It was on YouTube, but then they moved over to and WWE Network when they had that. But now it's on Peacock. So if you go back on Peacock and go back on their YouTube, you can see the episode. It's me like talking to them about wrestling and doing my wrestling entrances. But that was the first big thing that had happened, was me being on The Bump. And I was so like, it was crazy to me that they would, that they saw what I was doing, that they really enjoyed it, and that they wanted me to be on their programming. And, that was one of the only moments where I was like, whew, this is it.
Made it. You made
it. I made it. They're about to send me a contract. I'm going to be working for WWE. Bye, guys. Sorry, I love you, but I'm going to wrestle Hulk Hogan. It's a thing that's happening. Goodbye. No, but that's not what happened at all. I was glad to be on the programming, and we've maintained a great relationship with WWE and some of its entities. We get to go to we go to the shows. We get to hang out with some of the guys. It's really cool, and I'm very, it's as a kid growing up loving professional wrestling, to be able to do some of the things that I've been able to do it's been a dream come true, literally. Yeah. And I'm just, it's really, really cool.
So where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Louisiana.
So you are an LA boy.
Yes, I'm a Louisiana boy, born and bred. I grew up in North Louisiana, was born in Minden, raised in Grambling, Louisiana. Shout out to Grambling University, where everybody is somebody. And I, moved around in North Louisiana. Lived in Ohio for a while when I was in college and doing the acting thing. Yeah, Ohio, O-H-I-O.
The Ohio State.
The Ohio State, yes. Then left there, coming back home because my mom was sick, and stayed with her until she passed. And then after that, started doing the teaching thing, like full-time, doing the college teaching thing, then going to elementary, and got married during that time, married and divorced. I had a son, 14-year-old boy named Patrick, who is just an absolutely awesome kid. And then left that to come here, left all that stuff in North Louisiana and came here to be with my lovely wife Lisa and our two children, Eli and Emma. So I've lived outside of the state for a while, but always came back home. Louisiana is a fantastic state, and I love it here. And, this is home base. So this is where I was born, bred, raised, and live, is right here in Louisiana.
Well, I hope to one day come down there to see you.
Come Hopefully.
On. Maybe next year someday. Maybe sometime next year. We'll see.
We got you.
So speaking of Miss Lisa, I mean, I kind of know her a little bit from our conversations and stuff like that, working on this project that we got going on. But how did she take this when this started happening? like the first time you put out your phone and you started recording it, what was her reaction?
Well, see, here's the thing.
Either that she must just know you.
And it's funny that you should say that. We knew each other before all this started happening. We met years ago. Like I said, I used to work for ESPN Radio, and I was covering high school football. She was an athletic trainer for the team that I was covering. And we met on the sidelines, and we knew of each other. We were friends. It was nothing more than that. I was married at the time. She was married at the time. and she kept up with me. She was actually following me on TikTok when we started dating, because she kept up with me and all the stuff that we were doing while I was in North Louisiana. She was down here, and it's full circle. The day after I was on the bump, or that week that I was on the bump, I was down here for a teaching conference, and she commented on a post that I put on Facebook, or a post that mentioned me, and she was like, "What are you guys doing in my neck of the woods? Because we're an hour out of New Orleans." So I'm like, "Oh man, you're here. Why don't we go get dinner?" She's like, "Hey, I've retired from dating. Don't want to go on a date." I was like, "We can just go as friends." That's how you get them, guys. We'll go as friends. Hey, just a dinner between friends. And next thing you know, we're dating and just hanging out with each other and spending time. I don't think there's been a day after that first date where we did not at least talk to each other on the phone at some point. We have been connected with each other for the past 2-3 years. And it's just been amazing. But yeah, when we first started dating, she was already following me and knew that I was on TikTok and did all those things. But when I moved down here and she saw how much I was like filming and doing content, and that's when she started to realize, "Whew, this is a thing." So she's been encouraging the whole time. She encouraged me to to follow the social media thing and like go full bore into it. And she even left her job to manage the business, to be the business manager for the family business. And she is a large reason as to why it has grown to where it has grown. And I'm very thankful and so happy that she has been supportive, because there are a lot of, for content creators, there are a lot of spouses who, they're like, this is never going to be a thing. Like, why aren't you doing this? You're making all your stupid videos and wasting time when you could be, washing a dish or something. But but I mean, that's how some folks are.
Oh,
but she has been so supportive and been so great with this whole process, and just finding the balance between, social media and family. And it's been a journey, but I'm so thankful for her and her support in this journey.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I met both of you, I mean, because I kind of met both of you at the same time.
Right.
She is the yin to your yang. I mean, you're
literally
you are this happy, super outgoing guy doing all these things, this bubbly personality, and she's back behind the scenes, making the spreadsheets, making the phone calls, checking the contracts, making sure we're all connected. I mean, you guys don't know it, but Lisa and Krista, who is Slim Sherry's wife, they are the matriarchs of this situation that's going to happen here in Nashville. I mean, without
it
them,
would not run without
first
them.
of all, the four of us in a room trying to decide anything,
it's like herding cats.
It's like herding
cats, dude. No, it's
I don't know if I can't remember if it was Krista or Lisa that said it. So you put four creatives in a room and ask them to do something, you ain't gonna get anything done. No. And they're right, because we all have bubbly ideas. Yes. We got great ideas of how we want it to go, or how our vision is, and there's 4 different visions, and there are 4 different directions, and there's
like,
so they bring it in.
The analogy that I like to use, if you've ever, like when we were kids and we would pop popcorn, if you remember sitting and watching the bag fill with air and rise and just start popping, then you see the popcorn kernels like pop everywhere. The 4 of us are the popcorn kernels, popping everywhere inside this bag, coming up with these ideas, saying, we want to do this, we want to do that, sending each other video ideas. We should do this next. We should do that next. And Lisa and Krista are the bag that's holding all of us in and keeping us from like flying all over the microwave. Like, so hey, look, I understand you're all delicious kernels of popcorn, but it's not time yet. Y'all stay right here, and then we're gonna do all this. So they're what's holding all the popcorn in, and we are so thankful for the 2 of them.
They're doing some amazing stuff. I mean, really, amazing stuff. Amazing
Absolutely.
stuff. So part of this I always like to do is to get some insight and questions from, because this is an engaging opportunity for the people that are here on the chat. So I've got Instagram over here. Unfortunately for you guys on Instagram, your chat doesn't show up on our side, but I've got it on my phone over here so I can take questions from y'all. So this is the opportunity to give everybody on the live stream here the opportunity to ask Nick or myself any questions. Nick told me nothing's off limits, so we're gonna go for it. So if you guys have a question, throw it in the chat. I'll pull it up, and if you're over here on Instagram with a question, I'll just ask Nick myself, and let's rock and roll. So we're looking for some good questions from the people in the crowd here.
Let's go.
And if they have no questions, then they just think you're the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, you know.
Wait, oh, Jody wants to know, how does she get to meet you?
Well, look here, Jody. First of all, hello. How are you? Secondly, there are a couple of opportunities over the next couple of weeks in which you'll get to meet me and a bunch of my friends, possibly. Of course, September 1st will be at Gen X Takeover in Nashville, right? Be myself, a good buddy over here, Dad Bod Veteran. These cameras always like messing up, dude. I don't know which way is up. This way, him. Dad Bod Veteran, of course. Sherry, sweet Sherry, the real Slim Sherry, and Kelly Mano will all be in Nashville. The group therapy is sold out, but the house party is still on. Both of them are on. House party is definitely on. We'll be at the bar, not 16-bit, Penn's Mechanical downtown in Nashville, on Grundy Street, right in the heart of the Gulch. Stand-up video games, pinball, pin bowling, all that stuff. It will be there. And tickets are still available right now at genxtakeover.com. Come hang out with us Labor Day weekend in Nashville. Tickets are going rapidly. If you want to go, you need to go ahead and get the tickets now because we're about to shut this thing down. So get your tickets now. We got to, because it's getting
It's a herd.
Crazy.
It's a herd.
It's getting crazy.
Look, the occupancy of the place that we're at is 900. But let's be honest. I don't know very many Gen Xers who want to be around 900 people in one small space trying to play video games.
We really don't want to be around 5 people. So this is crazy.
so we're gonna put a top on this can before it explodes and trim it down. So if you want to get in, you better get in now. Because we're gonna put the top on it.
Yeah, so
it's getting full.
That'll be the first opportunity to get the chance to. If you're talking about just me in general, I'll be in Fayetteville, Arkansas, September 5th with Bowling for Soup and Wheatus, where I'll actually get the chance to sing Teenage Dirtbag live on stage with Wheatus.
What?
September 5th.
What?
So yeah, that you definitely want to be in the house for that one. I'll be back in Arkansas in October. I think it's October 4th and 5th as the first ever MC of Music Fest El Dorado. So make sure you get your tickets for that and come on out and listen to some great music. The headliner for that is Vertical Horizon, I believe. She's everything you want. He's everything you need. Those guys are awesome. So make sure you come out and hang out with us for that. And of course, the stand-up, I'll be in New Orleans in November for the open mic from hell at the Republic in New Orleans. So there'll be tickets available for that and all that. So yeah, just if you're in the area, come through. It's going to be awesome. But of course, September 1st, Gen X Takeover Nashville. Tickets available at genxtakeover.com.
Great question, Jody. Thank you. Another question. This one's coming from Instagram from Katie Marie Starks. She asks,
hey, Katie,
why do you think Gen X is so successful at Instagram and other socials?
Because we don't give a F. Like, I mean, if you want me to be, because I don't do the cursing thing in the filth and Florida filth. But if you want me to be like seriously honest about it, there are so many creators who are younger who just care way too much about it. They're worried about social status and they're worried about being TikTok famous and all that stuff. I remember when as a teacher in elementary school, my kids absolutely despising me because I had a blue check mark. Like, how did you get a blue check mark? How'd you get verified? You're old. Social media is for the young old, man. It's like, this is a real thing. Like 6th and 6th graders who hated me because I had clout, according to them. But I didn't care. I was just making silly videos for my friends. And there's so many creators who just care way too much about it. and take themselves way too seriously. We don't, because we grew up in a generation where we just did not really take ourselves seriously. We joked around all the time. We were sarcastic 99% of the time. We don't care. So that is what has made us so successful on social media, because we don't care. Y'all care. We don't care. So that's what's helped us out a great deal.
And I also think that we weren't the silent generation, but we were the generation without a voice.
Yeah.
And now that we have a voice, and somewhat to the detriment of the younger generations, is they're probably getting angry at the fact that we have a voice and they can't get their voice together.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a voice back in the day. We were the sit down, shut up, be quiet, be seen, not heard generation, right?
Right.
And so now that we do, we're all coming out of the woodwork from God knows wherever and showing up. And I think that's definitely helping us and not hurting us.
And it's super relatable. Like we're not doing it necessarily. Like we want to entertain and we want to make people laugh, but at the end of the day, social media is about connection and finding others who are like you. So Gen X is, we're heard. Like we say things and somebody else is like, hey man, I remember that. That's why the content that I do is so successful, because I will do, like I did a video to You're the Inspiration by Chicago the other day.
Oh my God.
And people are just falling all over because they're like, oh my God, I haven't heard that song in forever. I love that song. And there are so many people who are like, yes, me too. It's been forever since I heard that song too, and I love it. And you're great for playing it. So it's like we find connection through this. We find people with like minds, and because there are so many people around us who are like, you're stupid. Why are you saying the things you're saying? So we found people that aren't dumb, and we appreciate it. Yeah, man, we ain't chasing no clout. We don't care.
From James Leslie Silhan, what's the craziest experience you've ever had with a fan? I'm not telling you what mine is, because mine is actually part of my set now. So I'm not saying it, but you go ahead.
So I have two, because one of mine is a part of my set. If you've been to my stand, there are some people who are in the comments who have been to my stand-up show. So you guys know, because somebody was talking about how they enjoyed me and Chandler. And hey, it was so much fun in Chandler, Arizona. Thank you for having me. San Diego, California, you guys were awesome as well. Thank you so much. If you want me to come to your town, tell your local comedy club, we want the professor, and I might show up. There was an instance last year. Shout out to Cheer Choice Awards and the folks in Vegas. I'm going to try to drag this guy to Cheer Choice next year in Vegas. I think he would really enjoy it, because it's a lot of fun, and you get to meet some other creators who are really cool and people that you've watched before. And I'm standing outside of this restaurant. We had just got finished with like a get together, and it's me, Slim Sherry, Krista, my wife, a couple other creators, and BMO the Prince. You guys know BMO the Prince. Also do my boy Brian. Shout out to Brian. And we're all just standing around talking. And there's a guy who's standing right there outside of the crowd, not talking to anybody, not saying anything, looking directly at me.
That cold stare?
Yeah. And everybody's like standing around like, do you know that guy? I was like, I have no idea who that is. They were like, can you like talk to him and tell him to, go away?
Bring it down.
So I walk over to the dude, because I'm a nice guy and I fall on grenades. And I'm like, hey, I was that guy in college where everybody was like, hey man, you go talk to that girl? Sure, why not?
I bet you kids do not call it grenading anymore.
No,
they do not call it jumping on a grenade. No one can say that anymore. Get in trouble, get canceled.
Nope, it's not jumping on the grenade anymore.
You can't.
But it was a dude, so it was okay. I walk over to him. It's like, hey buddy, what's going on? He's like, hey man, I come in your live all the time. I don't know if you ever seen me. My username, and this is for real, is Going South with My Mouth. And
that can be taken so many different ways. It could be taken the OnlyFans way. It could be taken like the dark comedy way. It could.
Oh, this is gonna get back to him, and I don't care. Because I'm sure that somebody's gonna look him up and be like, hey, man, this guy was talking about you in the live. So I don't but yeah, he's standing there just staring, and I go and talk to him just for a second. I was like, hey, so I'm about to go back and talk to everybody. It was great meeting you. And I went back to talk to everybody, and eventually he just wandered off on his own without anybody like shouting me like, hey, dude, you're weird. Just none of that. It's just all nobody had to do that. We're just all standing around talking until he went away. And then after he goes away, everybody's like, oh my God, what was that? It's like, hey, he's going south with his mouth, apparently. All right. Yeah. So it's good times. But yeah, that was one of the craziest experiences I've ever had with a fan. If you want to hear about the other ones, make sure you go to Gen X Takeover Nashville September.
Oh my God, what a plug. What a shameless plug.
King of the segue. That's working in radio, folks. Wolfman Jack, look out. Look out. I got it.
Your transitions are on point, okay? Because mine are going to be horrible. I'm going to just be like, but and my transitions are horrible. New topic. I'm literally going to say that. I plan to say it like that. Oh, man. All right, hold up. Here's a good one. I always love this question that I see, and I'd love to hear everybody's different perspectives on how to handle this.
Always a good one.
Nicole Walton from Facebook asks, "What do you recommend for beginners getting started in the online space?"
Hit record. Like, my biggest advice is just to do it. Like, people don't realize, especially on TikTok, how many different sections there are in social media. Like, if you go on TikTok and if you like to make bread, there's bread talk. If you like to fold clothes, there's laundry talk. If you're in jail, there's jail talk. These are all these are all real things. You will find your people. Me, I am what I like to call a lot of other people like to call polyamorous, meaning there's a bunch of different things, especially different music genres that I love. Like, so I got hot on TikTok talking about wrestling. And then after the wrestling thing, I was headbanging in my car. So bands really started to pick up on that and like what I was doing. Then I started to do the don't react challenges, and people were like, I enjoy that. Then I started to do the these songs turn this year and whatever. And people got into that. So it just got to a point where everybody was like, okay, this is just a place where we come for fun. It's like, yes, we have fun here. That's all we do. There is no specific niche. And, I talk about Gen X stuff because I'm old. Yeah, I'm older than a lot of people, but not older than
not many, not that many people.
Not, I wasn't born in 65. I was way behind that. So it's like, look, it's the best advice that I can give you is just get on social media and start doing stuff. And do things that make you happy. Do things that you're passionate about. Talk about things that you know. That's the big mistake that a lot of people on social media make, is that they get on social media and they start talking about stuff they have no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're talking
about.
There
are more fact checkers in social media than anywhere. And I'm not talking about Facebook itself. I'm talking about just the other people. If you say something wrong, they're going to pounce.
Just like, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk about it. Yeah. If you don't know about the subject, don't speak on it. That's a life rule. Just don't do it. So get on social media, hit record, do things that interest you and that you like to do and that you think you're good at, and then people will gravitate toward it. And if you can dance, even better, because you're automatically going to get 25,000 followers. So go do those.
Even if you dance bad,
they're going to jump on it. So just go do it.
The one thing I will also say to that effect is that of the 4 major platforms, the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, TikTok seems to be the safe space to laboratory. Yeah. Like, you can go over there as no one, and you can figure out your craft and learn your craft, and then expand over to the other platforms and get your real following going, right? Because TikTok is just that. It's meant for people that don't know what they're doing. It's meant for amateur stuff.
Yeah.
But some of the other platforms, when you get into them, especially like YouTube and stuff like that, they're expecting more professional tier style stuff. So just you'll learn that once you start going down that road. But like you said, the best thing you can do is just start. I hear so many people say, "Hey, John, how you do it? How did you do it?" I said, "Start." And they're like, "Oh, but I gotta blah blah blah." No, start. No, but I need to blah blah blah. No, start. Just do it.
Yeah, just get into it.
Just do it because you can fail a million times, and all you need is one to win. That's it. Michael Jordan style.
Part of the reason why I started to get hot on TikTok is because at the beginning I was posting like 12, 15 times a day. Because it was during the pandemic and I was at home and I'm a teacher and I didn't have anything to do. So I just hit and record randomly throughout the day, making a bunch of videos, posting them. Back then I was doing it directly on TikTok. I didn't know about secondary apps. I didn't know about recording it and then saving it and then posting it somewhere else. So it was just TikTok, and TikTok started to grow. And once I got really good at that, and like Instagram for me didn't start to pop until last year when I got back from England. I got back from England and everything started to blow up. And next thing you know, a year later, I'm at 1 million. But that's because of all the time and work I put in on TikTok to learn how to, what people like, how to do some of this stuff, how to do stuff outside of the app so that I could post it and then put it somewhere else. And then once I started to build on Instagram and Facebook, those started to blow up and get bigger. And that's where because now I get more people saying they follow me from Instagram than I do from TikTok. And TikTok has 1 million more than Instagram. So it's like people, if you learn how to do, TikTok is the testing ground. TikTok is your lab. It's your developmental. You do that well, move that stuff over to Instagram once it starts getting really good, and then Instagram is going to pop. And then since when you're already on Instagram, just start posting that same stuff to Facebook, and Facebook is going to blow up too because Facebook and Instagram are basically the same thing. And then once you get really good, then you become John and get 100,000 followers on YouTube, and then you're like, you get the plaque and all that stuff. You see my wall, where my plaque at? I don't have one because he's the man, and I'm just trying to get more like him every day. I can't even know. I don't even know which way to point. So that he's new. So yeah.
Well, all right. I had this one last question before we segue into that other topic that we're here to talk about. Now, I can't find it now. I should have marked it. Silly me. But this person knew some of my backstory about my beard. All right. And so I got to ask it. I'm not allowed to cut my beard. Are you allowed to cut your beard?
No. You're married. You know better than that. No, absolutely not.
Because I went to my boy. I only have one person that touches this thing with anything sharp. Okay, one dude does it, and he took about 1 inch off, and I came home and I got scalded, like she was ready to get in the car and drive up there, kind of thing.
Like whenever I go get mine done, whenever I get mine like shaved up, I always tell him I don't want to lose any of the length. Just trim, just shape me up, dude. Just like make it look nice, so I can go home to my wife. So here's the thing. I've been growing my beard for a couple of years to get it to where it is, because anybody who's grown a beard knows that for you to get it like full and not be patchy in parts, it takes a while before it can actually like be like that or like this. Now, my wife has seen videos or has seen pictures of me without my beard from years ago, and she was like, never again. Don't you ever. Never in your life. Don't you ever come in this house without a beard on. Don't you do it. So you aren't on Instagram right now. What happened? That's Mrs. DBV.
No, I don't know what she's talking about, because I see, and I've asked comments from Instagram. So Mrs. DBV, you need to reload your app, because I literally have Look, we are on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't know
Instagram right here.
I know
what she's talking about. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good,
you're
Mrs.
on Instagram.
DBV.
I'm on it right now.
I'm on it. What's up? What's up, Instagram peeps? I see you. You're seen. You're seen, Instagram peeps.
Seen.
You're not in the comments over here on the live stream, but I got you. I got you, Instagram. I got you, Instagram.
I'm commenting on it right now.
I love you, Instagram.
We in here.
We love you.
We're like 90 people.
We all love you on Instagram.
We in here. Boom. See, I just commented. We in here.
I know. She this is the second live stream that she's told me that. I'm wondering if it was the same way the first one.
Operator error. No, just playing.
I'm just saying. So Oh, where were these questions, man? These questions are coming so fast, man. I hate when this happens. I
They
mean, I
are.
love it, but I hate it. I love it, but I
Man.
hate it. But it had to do with a segue over to that thing. You know that thing.
That thing, you know, that thing I sent you?
You know that thing. That thing. The thing. You know the thing.
That
The thing that we
thing,
thing
that thing,
thing that we doing.
thing. Oh, the thing we're doing.
The
Oh,
thing we're
yeah.
doing. The thing we're all doing.
Yeah. The thing we're all doing.
So, oh God, I wish I marked these things better than this. Look, I got to get better than this. I need a moderator. Does anybody want to be my moderator for my live streams? And y'all can
Your
just
wife in
manage.
here. Why can't she do? My wife is my moderator whenever
she's in an airplane. She's an airplane coming home from Alaska right now.
So you ain't doing nothing but nothing on that airplane but watching tracker. You ain't doing nothing like just.
Hey, have you raw dogged yet? Have you raw dogged on a flight yet? Have you heard about that?
I don't know if we can talk about that in this live.
We can talk about it because trust me, it's not what you think it is.
Oh, okay. What are you talking
about? The trend to raw dog.
Oh, going on with like
when you just get in the airplane and you just sit there. Don't turn on the infotainment. Don't put no earplugs in.
Never.
You just sit there and raw dog the whole
crazy. Y'all crazy. Never in my life will I ever do that on an airplane. Are you kidding me? Especially if I'm on Delta. I'm on T-Mobile.
Look that up on y'all need to look that up on TikTok because people are raw dogging flights like 12, 15-hour flights. I'm like, you crazy.
The dumbest people. Never. You kidding me? Listen, I got a Delta flight to New York in a couple weeks. Guess what I'm doing? Watching TV the whole time.
I got a confession.
Paramount Plus.
I got a confession. I'm a window licker. When I get in the airplane, I'm a window licker. I don't like to fly. Because I know a lot of things about flying that a lot of people don't need to know. Okay. And I'm not going to tell you or this audience because it scare them and none of them want to fly again. But I know things. All right. Because I grew up different. I did things in my younger adult life and I know things. And so I don't like to get on airplanes. So when I do get on airplanes, I'm taking a window seat and I'm going to take some drugs and I'm going to stare out that window and I'm going to do it the whole flight like this. Just like, it's like the window right here. It's me the whole flight. Just making sure that them clouds are still there. Clouds, you still there? You didn't leave me, did you? That's what I do the whole flight.
that could be. I understand why, but I couldn't do it. Like
I'm excited when I fly, but I'm scared at the same time because I know things. Like I want to be like what's his name? Captain Kirk when he's like, there's someone on the wing.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
Half y'all don't know what that means. All right, man. Here was the question. Transitions. I told you my transitions are horrible. Question from Ian Gleason, who's on Facebook. Is Taking Over Nashville going to be an annual event or just a one-off? Kind of want to sneak into it next year if it's on. I'll be bringing beer and cigarettes.
First of all, we do have security. You ain't sneaking into nothing. Secondly, to answer questions in the comments real quick, yes, I'll be at Music Fest in El Dorado in October. Make sure you get your tickets now. Now, for Ian's question, we're talking about it. We cannot divulge any further than we're talking about it. Are we talking about specific places? Yes. Are we talking about specific dates? Yes. We are in deep talks to do more with people and things. Matter of fact, there may be an announcement in the next couple of days.
Clutch my pearls. Don't say it.
That we can't talk about it. But we can talk about it. Like we can't talk about it specifically, but we can say in general. Things are happening. We're looking at other dates. We're looking at possibly getting on the water in a boat.
No, that one we've talked about. We've talked
about that. We talked about
that one. That's like a 95%er. We got a meeting tomorrow. That one should be locked.
We just got to pick a boat. We got
to pick a boat.
But as far as like doing the annual event thing, I'll say this: annual event, no. Tour. Maybe. Annual event? No. Tour? Maybe. It's looking real tight. Like it's looking nice. It's looking sleek and slender. but we gonna let y'all know once it becomes a legit reality. Yeah.
Official. Once it becomes
once it become official like a whistle, we're gonna let everybody.
Because I have to learn that because I'm not like you. I'm not experiencing all this big time world where if I hear something, I'm ready to talk about it. But I know now, I'm learning from y'all. I'm learning from all
things have been signed.
Shut my damn mouth.
We can't
not
talk
say anything about things
later.
Which brings me up to a great point about next week. Look at that.
Look at that.
Next week.
Segue.
Segue. I got one right. If y'all don't know, we're going to have our last live stream before the Nashville event next Monday, August 26th at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central with the whole gang, all of us, all four. The four horsemen of the Gen X apocalypse.
This will legit be the first.
That sounds good.
That sounds good. That all four of us have been on in like 2 weeks.
Right.
Because everybody has different schedules. It's hard.
And lives.
Get together at the same time in lives. We got families, we got kids, all those things. So it's been hard for all four of us to kind of find a time where we can all get together because there's so much going on. But this will be our final live stream together because John is live like once a week. I'm live every day. I'll be live tonight on TikTok in about an hour. So make sure you come by there and hang out. So this will be the last one that we all do together before Nashville. It'll be a week before the event. That'll be Monday, August 26th at 4 Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, 1 Pacific. So make sure
you're in Alaska. It's like noon.
Alaska noon and Hawaii 11. So if you're in Hawaii, have your coffee with us creators on Monday, August 26th, 4 Eastern, 3 Central. It is going to be a blast, and there's going to be a huge announcement on Monday, August 26th that you do. Listen, you do not want to miss this,
y'all.
Like
it's so good. I don't think it could get better. Like every person that I have told this thing to, they're like, "Shut the front door!"
Like this is a real thing.
Like this is
that's happening.
Stop it. That's
the
dumbest,
it was all
greatest
so
thing
random
ever.
Like I said something to someone. They were like, "Yeah," and everybody else was like, "Wait, what?" Like, yeah. You're agreeing to this? Like, yeah, sure. Matter of fact, here's this. And then what? Oh, sure. Okay.
Oh my God.
You do not want to miss it. And that is a real weird way to describe how it all happened, but legit.
That's
pretty much what happened. So you do not want to miss this live stream on Monday where we have a huge, and again, the regular shenanigans between the four of us. Yep. You don't want to miss that, but there's a huge announcement that you do not want to miss. And it's gonna be banging. So this Monday, August 26th, 4 Eastern, 3 Central, live stream, 4 of us hanging out down the street, same old thing we did last week. Make sure you come out. Text me that.
Jody, there's no tickets for this one. This one's free. Just show up on your social media platforms just like you're doing today. It's
I know it's a lot of stuff in the background, but we're not actually going to be in Nashville. We're
not actually in Nashville.
We're going to be at our house. This is the first.
This is my Canva art. Sorry.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the unofficial person that's been making these things.
Like it's crazy because the 26th we're going to do the live stream. Then a couple days later, a couple of us will be in Nashville, and then Saturday all of us will be there.
All of us.
And Sunday we are partying. So make sure you come check out this live stream Monday, August 26th, 4 Eastern, 3 Central, to hang out with the 4 of us for a major announcement.
Major. God, it's going to be so cool.
Major announcement?
Yeah, I can't. I just can't believe it for the announcement. I can't.
So silly.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but it's so perfect. It's like,
It
it doesn't fit any better. It can't fit any better. But yet at the same time, it's ironically like cringy. Like you're almost cringy about the fact that matches, right? Because it's a signal to you that things. But yet but at the same time you're like that's how it's supposed to be.
Correct.
And you love it because of
I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and awesome. You guys need to make sure you go check us out on Monday. The final live stream before Nashville. It is going to be a good time.
It's going to be a great time. For everybody who is not paying attention through the live stream, if you guys don't notice, up in the top section there, you have, I don't know how it is because I'm looking over here and I think it's here. Maybe it's over there for some people. Maybe it's over there for some people. But there are two little QR codes up there that we've placed for you, because I've seen a lot of questions in the comments on both Insta and over here in the live stream about merch, etc. So my QR code is right there. You can get all these nice fancy hats from my store. If you're going to be at the Gen X Takeover, I would recommend that you get a hat. If you're one of my followers, I hate the word followers. Right. God, I hate that word. That's the worst word ever.
Some of my friends, my dear friends,
my DBV Nation. Anybody in the DBV Nation, grab a hat. Let me get it shipped to you real quick, and let's go rock it and show your support. And as for Mr. Professor, I'll let him talk about all the fun stuff that he's got in his QR code. Like, for instance, that, man, you should have modeled instead of been on radio. You should have been a model. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Would you just look at it? Would you look at that? Look at all of it. All of it. Man.
Look at this.
Look
at this. Look at this.
Hit him with the
stinger. Look at this.
Hit him with the stunner.
Look at this. Will you look at this? So look at this.
Look at it. Just look at it.
You had to be there. So the merch that he's talking about, this is the We Rock Together merch. We have shirts, we have hats, we have mugs, garden flags, all the things. Make sure you go to that QR code. We'll take you to my Connect link. We'll show you all those things. You also be able to get tickets to Gen X Takeover Nashville there. Portion of the proceeds from all sales go toward charitable organizations. For this particular blue shirt, it goes to Commission Mankind, which is an organization that drills water wells all over the country, all over the world, for those who are in dire need of water and clean water at that. And impoverished nations and that kind of thing. So it's really cool that you guys have bought this and other shirts. We donate to food banks and American Heart Association and breast cancer research through different shirts that we sell on the site. So make sure you go and purchase a We Rock Together shirt at your leisure, if you would like to. If that's not your thing, then I understand and I appreciate the consideration. If you would like to, that's the place you go.
And also, you can see all of each other's socials in there. So if you're following me and you're not following him, you should follow him. If you're following him and you're not following me, you should follow me. We should all follow everybody, and we should all be one big, awesome, happy family.
Absolutely. Yes.
Any chance of a collaboration tour in Australia?
We're talking about things. That's all we can say. We're talking about things. Aussie.
You go all the way down there.
Crikey.
We get right on
shrimp on the barbie.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
You can't say that. But yeah, Australia has asked. England has asked. Ireland has asked.
You're going to have to work on your accents, okay, Lars? They're totally off. Your accents are completely off. You're not allowed to do that no more. Okay.
I used to be able to do accents. It's been, college was a long time. And I used to fool a lot of women with that. And I was.
They thought you were Irish?
They thought I was something. They think I was American. Canada has asked as well. So
Canada. Look, we had to give Ryan Reynolds back. You're not going to take us. Okay.
Very true. So all these things are people are asking, all these things are happening. So yeah, all of the things. Like, so we're talking, and whatever happens, and we all have our passports and we're ready to go. So
I don't think Kelly does, but I think she is now working towards it.
She can get it. Get that passport, girl,
We
and
know.
make sure you get TSA pre-check. Like,
Oh
let's
my
talk
God, I
about
love
that.
that. God, I
Let's talk
love
about that. I'm not getting clear. Clear is a ripoff. I'm not getting
No, but
clear.
I got the digital ID from Delta.
You
That's a new
should.
thing. That's
You
a new thing.
should. So all these things are absolutely, in the works, and we're talking about it. So we hope to be able to give you more information as it comes. But for right now, best thing you can do, Monday, August 26th,
26.
4 Eastern, 3
3
Central,
Pacific.
final live stream with all 4 of us before Gen X Takeover Nashville. You do not want to miss it.
Yes. And we have actually passed our time. And so I'm going to be cognizant of everybody's time that's out here on the live stream. But Nick, I like to always give my guests the opportunity to plug anything that they want to plug that they got coming up in their life or in their social media career. So this is your stage to talk about whatever the heck you want to talk about before we say adieu.
Ooh. First and foremost, let's go Gen X. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We're so excited about Gen X Takeover Nashville September 1st. Again, I'll be at Bowling for Soup and Weedus at JJ's Live in Fayetteville, Arkansas, September 5th. Get your tickets now to come hang out with me and the guys. I will be in Biloxi checking out Five Finger Death Punch on September 16th. My boy Ivan
on that one.
God. So make sure Ivan is my boy. Shout out to Ivan Moody. He is my guy. We talk all the time. I love him dearly. And it's gonna be awesome to get to kick it with him on the 16th. Music Fest, El Dorado Music Fest, October 4th and 5th in El Dorado, Arkansas. Get your tickets for that right now. Vertical Horizon, Blacktop Mojo, so many great artists and like local bands and just really cool stuff. We got some more stuff cooking in the works, and we'll make sure to put that on the schedule as soon as we do. But every night, Monday through Friday, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, on TikTok, live, myself, Nick and Knight. So awesome hanging out with everybody. We play music, we play games, we have a lot of fun. So I invite you to come on out. Gen X Takeover Nashville is not sold out as far as the house party is concerned. The group therapy, the comedy shows are sold out, but the house party still has tickets. Go to genxtakeover.com right now to get your tickets for the house party in Nashville. It's going to be epic, but get them now because pretty soon we're going to say you can't get any more tickets. So you need to make sure that it's going, that if you're going, get your tickets now. John, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, my man. Anytime. I'd love to chat with you again. And if nobody's told you guys today, you're loved, you're appreciated, you're important, you're more than enough, exactly as you are, and always remember to be great. We Rock Together merch right there, that QR code. Go get you some. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. And hey, everybody, thank you again for coming to another episode of Coffee and Creators. As always, I am the Dad Bod Veteran, your host of Coffee and Creators. Coming up in the next few weeks, we've got another good set of creators. We're on the fence with somebody down in Australia that might be showing up on Coffee and Creators. Some big content creator. And when I say big, I mean he's just a big guy. He's just a really big guy. So you Australians know exactly what I'm talking about. There's only one big guy down in Australia that just screams he is my friend. So we're working on lining him up. We're also working on some other big creators like Officer Yudi, potentially Badge 502 is in the wings. We're also talking to Mandatory Fun Day and some other people. So we're keeping this list going. We're going to keep this party going every 2 weeks or so as I can get these folks signed up. So look forward to that on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram to be posted for the upcoming shows that we will have for that. For now, like I said, make sure you follow both of us. And we love you all, and we appreciate your time. And we will see you, hopefully, all on Monday. So thank you, guys. And y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.